This is the TourBox Elite, a controller for all kinds of creators. Now, before I go any further, I do need to mention that TourBox did send this out to me, but all thoughts and opinions in this video are my own. So again, a big thank you to TourBox for sending this over. So TourBox sent me over their TourBox Elite unit. I also got a travel case for it. So what is the TourBox Elite exactly? Well, this is a controller geared towards all kinds of creators, whether you're doing photography, videography, or even digital painting. And one thing I think is really cool about this product is that it works with all kinds of different softwares. So this isn't something that's just going to work with just Adobe products or just Blackmagic products. It truly is something that's pretty universal, which is pretty great. Now this video is going to be more just an overview and kind of a first impressions on the TourBox Elite, and then once I get some more time and experience with it, then I'll make a full review for it. So let's get into it. Okay, so I've gone ahead and installed the TourBox console, which is basically their software that they use, and it gives you all the different presets and stuff that you can use in the different various editing softwares, as well as you can see, it lists all of the controls and everything and how it's used. So I'm going to show you how to install that because everything is shown in the quick start guide, which is super handy, and connecting this was also incredibly seamless as well. As you can see on the screen up here on the top left, we have the preset list here, and these are just some of the softwares that are supported here. So like a lot of the ones I use, Lightroom Classic, Photoshop, I use DaVinci Resolve for my primary video, and then sometimes if I'm in a pinch, I'll use CapCut to get some stuff done quickly. But basically, if you click on one, it gives you this list right here, and it shows you what all the different buttons are preset to, basically. And what you can actually do, which is really cool, is you can go through these, and if you want something to be different, you can just click on it and then choose in here, and I'll get rid of this one that I picked. And as you can see here, it lists out all of the different preset functions within Lightroom Classic that you could have this set to. So I wanted this button right here set to flagging the picture as a pic. So I just typed in P, and then flag photo as pic, hit OK, but I think since I already had this one selected, I can just close it. Another thing that's really cool too is if I go ahead and press any button on here, so I'll turn this dial, if you noticed, it lit up right here, which is really helpful because it shows you where it's at, and it also highlights it over here too, telling you what it does. So I think that's super helpful. And I know within the quick start guide, there are also some instructions on how to save your own presets and stuff, but I haven't really had a lot of time to explore that yet. And like I said before, this video is just a brief overview, first impressions, so we're not going to get into creating presets right now. So let's go ahead and open up Lightroom, and we're going to try to edit a photo with the TourBox. All right, so this is our photo right here. So right away, we're just gonna go ahead and make some basic adjustments first. I'm gonna increase the warmth just a titch. So I can do that by doing this. And then if I press it, that function is to reset the slider, which is pretty handy. Oh, okay, so that's cool. So yeah, if you haven't noticed already, there's a graphic down here, but it's just the D-pad, and it shows you all the different it shows you what these are preset to. So if I click this bottom one here, it'll take me to details and effects, and then yeah, it gives you what these different buttons on here do, and they're laid out very nicely, so it's super easy to understand. And I can go through here and select those. So I think actually we're gonna go to general. I want to add a little bit more of the blacks onto here. And I can see and just using this slider. And you can probably hear it, but this is honestly really satisfying. Like when it's turned on, this kind of has a really nice audible click to it. Decrease on the blacks a little bit. That looks good. So I'm going to go up to the shadows. I don't like to have the shadows up with just sky pictures a lot. Decrease those a little bit. Highlights are fine, but I think I'm gonna bring the whites up still a little bit, add a little bit more pop to it. I like to add, just as a general note, just a titch of clarity and take away a little bit of the texture. And now we're gonna add a little bit of vibrance, give it a little bit more color. That's what it looks like on the extreme end. Yeah, I like that right there. And then we'll take saturation, bring that down just slightly. And honestly, this looks really good for where it started at before. So this is the before picture, and then using the custom preset I just did, that is the after. All right, so my first impressions on the TourBox Elite is it's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie, it did take me a little bit to kind of get my bearings on remembering just on what some of these buttons did, but thankfully the TourBox console lists everything. Again, it lists everything, all the presets, all the functions on there, so you can easily just toggle to that and it'll tell you what everything does. So that was really nice. And like with all things, whether you're relearning something or learning something new, it's just going to take time, and I am going to invest a lot of time into this, into learning and memorizing what all these buttons do. But also I think I'm going to go through on the preset list and just customize some of the preset functions that will fit my editing needs a little bit more. So yeah, my overall first impressions of this, it's awesome. I think it's going to make my workflow much more streamlined in the future once I get a better hand on it, and I think it can make yours better too. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, a big thank you to TourBox for sending out the TourBox Elite for me to use and try. I'm super excited to learn more about this and to incorporate it into my editing workflow. Again, if you liked what you watched, consider leaving a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.